Yeah, hi everyone. I hope you're not frozen to death like I just about did freeze to death. So, this South Texas is not supposed to get snow, and as you can see, there is snow out in my backyard. That's not supposed to happen here. I mean, if it does, maybe a little tiny bit one day, like a few years ago. And then there was like another time about 30 years ago, and that was just for a few days. But this isn't even over yet. We still have another Arctic blast and more moisture in the air coming still. Like after today, I believe there's another one. So this is crazy. There's no power. There was no power all last night. I had no heat. And this inside this house, as you can see, these are really old single pane aluminum single pane windows I have in my house, which means it basically lets in cold air. You could feel the cold air when you do this. I am trying to replace these, but the thing is, where Lowe's is where I wanted to buy these windows, and because they have some really good vinyl double pane, but they're sold out. They're completely sold out, So what am I supposed to do? Pay triple and go to Home Depot and get something that's not even or just as good as something else at Lowe's so I'm still going to try and get them from Lowe's. But anyway, this is about how I survived, but I'm just trying to show you why it gets so cold in this house. Another thing is when I had it inspected, they did tell me, the inspector, he did tell me in the attic it's missing a lot of insulation, and I was going to call someone to put some insulation up there, but you know what? I wasn't expecting this snow. Like I said, this is South Texas. It's not supposed to do this. And if it does do this, it's only supposed to be maybe just a light dusting of ice for one day, or maybe 30 years ago, just a few days, but not blizzard after blizzard after blizzard for weeks on end. I mean, this has gone on, this is going on way too long. Like, it's not even supposed to warm up until like Friday or Saturday, okay? So we're talking like, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then maybe, you know what I mean? Like, that's just way too long to be suffering in a cold house. Now I'm just lucky that the heat did come on, and I got it up to 79 because I'm trying to unfreeze everything. And I'm leaving these open here so warm air, and I have a space heater set, a little tiny one on just low, what kind of away from everything. I don't want to cause any fire hazards or anything. I mean, if these pipes burst, the last thing I want is electricity, sitting around it. So I don't suspect. I'm keeping an eye. I'm watching everything, but I'm getting some water, so that's good. It means it's starting to unthaw, and you want it to unthaw slowly, not all at once, because you don't want any leaks, pipes breaking. So I'm keeping an eye on all that. I can't even really leave my house to go to the store. And actually the store was closed. I have my tomato plants in the house, and I don't think my trees are going to make it. I planted a apricot and a fig. I don't think they're even going to make it. I have cold air coming out from under my door because I need to get a new door, and so I put the sheet there, and my mailbox doesn't have a flap on it, so I put a paper bag there. And after doing all this, and I do have weather stripping around my doors and windows, and that doesn't help again because it's a single pane. And I did get it up to 80 degrees in here, or 79, and I did finally. It looks like my tub, it's starting to unthaw a little bit. I got a trickle. That's better than nothing. My toilet still doesn't flush, so I have to pour water in there. That's another reason I'm saving as much water as I can. This is as much water as I'm getting a drip. That's not good enough. That'll freeze. It has to, stream out. But I'm actually saving as many of these jugs as possible. I had 3 empty ones, so I got some water. This is for flushing the toilet. And I'm filling this one up, and I'll leave this on. After that, I'll fill up pans, whatever I have, also to wash dishes. Luckily, I do have some good drinking water, hopefully enough to last me a while, because I really don't want to leave the house like this. I'm just waiting for everything to get back to normal and unfreeze. I'm scared to leave. I don't want to leave the house, not even for a minute, I just got to keep an eye on everything. This is my room, okay, and these are really old ducks. And The ducts work okay, but in this room, they're not so great. So what I need to do is I definitely need to replace the old single pane aluminum. I can really feel the cold air coming through here. And even though I have thick blackout, I have a thick blackout curtain. I have, well, these are just nothing. These are nothing, but, you know, that's nothing. But, you know, I do have this one. And I do have installation, the weather stripping around the window, but even with that, there's still cold air coming through. Again, these are single pane. There's just very little glass there. So I'm going to keep checking lows. And then luckily this window, I do have these, because I was going to get a window insert, but he told me, the guy told me that it's not going to help with noise, because my main reason for putting these up here was for the noise next door, because they have heavy equipment. They run early in the morning. But this doesn't really help too much at all with the noise, but it does help with the draft a little bit. It does kind of help with the, so I'm glad I had those there. And I was like under all these blankets. I have this one. I have, this is wool. I have this comforter, quilt, and I did not have my heater blanket on. Oh, there's also a heater blanket. I forgot that one because there was no electricity or heat last night. See, I have this one. Oh, here, my heater blanket. I missed that one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and even with all this, I was still freezing. And I had all this on. I had 1, 2, 3, this, 4, and I had this on, my robe, and I was still freezing. And what happened was my face, it was so cold, like I could not sleep. I was so cold that my face like practically froze. It was like 30 degrees in my room. So I'm so lucky that I had this from when I lived in Colorado. And I know it looks ridiculous, but this pretty much saved me. If I didn't have this, I probably would have got no sleep last night, and I might have even gotten sick. I don't know. I know it looks stupid, but this is what pretty much saved me. I had it all around my face and just with my eyes like that, and with the blankets over me like this. And without this, again, I think I would not have survived. I think I could have definitely got a pneumonia or something. I mean, it's not healthy to sleep in air that's so cold that your face freezes, okay? Like, that's not healthy at all. And I'm older, okay? I can't take a lot of cold. And I moved to Texas, South Texas, because I didn't want to deal with shoveling snow or, you know, icy roads or walking outside and slipping on the ice, okay? I hurt myself already doing that when I lived in Colorado. There was some ice, I slipped on it, and I thought I'd broken my arm. That was like a few years ago. And I was just done with all that. I don't want to, I'm too old to be living in conditions like that. So now I have to rethink, is this really where I want to live? If this happens like every so often, more and more, I can't live here. Are you kidding me? This is too cold for me. I'm not able to tolerate the cold. Even, you know, even if I was younger, I never ever liked the cold, ever. Like, I grew up in California. I grew up in Southern California. That's the weather I grew up in, okay? And that's what I'm used to, and that's what I like. So I think after a few years, I'm gonna continue fixing this house up. Hopefully I can do that. I hope no pipes break, because that could cost me a fortune. I don't even want to think about that right now, but I want to get this house fixed up, and in a couple of years I want to sell it and I want to move back to California. That's my plan, and hopefully, yeah, I can get out of here. Take care.